Hello, my name is Cathy Hipperson. I'm a historical interpreter, actor and food historian, and today I'm going to show you how to make a suitable wartime recipe ideal for a victory celebration. Stories of Lynn gave you the opportunity to vote on 4 recipes taken from this original wartime cookery pamphlet. The options were savoury roll, potato shortbread, date and apple pasty, or date and walnut loaf. And you voted, and the winner was date and walnut loaf. So I shall show you how to make that. I'm going to start with the main ingredient, which are dates. I've chopped my dates, I've soaked them in boiling water with a sprinkle of bicarbonate of soda. All the ingredients for this recipe will be on the Stories of Lynn website, so you can look them up later. The next thing to do is to rub together the flour and the margarine. Here is our flour. Now, of course, 75 years ago, in 1945, when they were celebrating Victory in Europe Day, the housewives would have had to have cooked under the strict control of rationing. Everyone had a ration book, and here I have 3 original books from 1943. They're different because one is for an adult, one is for a child, and one is for a junior. So in order to be able to buy your ingredients to cook, many of them would be restricted under the rationing system. Once you'd used all your vouchers, or they'd been stamped, taken out, or signed for that week, you couldn't get anything until next week. One of the ingredients was margarine, and for this recipe we're actually using half a week's ration for one person. I'm now going to rub the two together. Rationing was first introduced in 1940, and the things put then were bacon, ham, sugar and butter. Gradually over that year, more were introduced, like tea and margarine, meat, 1941 jam and marmalade, and then eggs and milk were added later. In July of 1942, sweets were put on ration. Now the margarine and the flour are nicely crumbed together, I shall add the dry ingredients. The sugar, unrationed walnuts, which I've chopped, some baking powder, I can add the date mix now it's cool, and then a well-beaten egg. In 1945, in order to be able to cater for a street victory party, many of the people would have pooled all their rations together, either with their family members or indeed with their neighbours as well. And you certainly would have done to be able to afford this dish. For dates were on a point system, and there is half a pound of them in this dish, so it would be quite expensive ration-wise. Now that is all well mixed up, it's time to put it in the oven. I've greased 2 loaf tins here with some of my marge rationing, and I'm going to split the mix equally into each. The recipe says that these loaves should be cooked in a slow oven for an hour and a half. So I'm going to put mine on at 130 degrees. It is a fan-assisted oven, and it will take about an hour and a half. There we go. Now you could, if you wanted, have covered it with brown paper, but during the war paper was rationed, and so I thought I'd risk it without. Now you really want to let them cool just for a moment or two, not have a lack of patience like myself before you turn them out. And there you have your date and walnut loaf, ready to be served this Friday on the 8th of May, along with your Victory Scotch eggs, your sausage rolls and your sandwiches. Enjoy!